Here we are at Hampton Court, seat of Henry VIII's royal power. We're just about to walk through the Queen Anne Gate. Unfortunately, Anne Boleyn had her head cut off before the gate was finished. But you can see that they've made attempts to make this place the first Renaissance palace in the country. They were copying Versailles and some of the Medici palaces in Florence. So for instance, we have these reliefs here, which are Italianate, done by Giovanni di Maiano. It depicts Roman emperors. So the love for classicism and ancient Roman ways to the fore in the Renaissance is patent here at Hampton Court, the first real Renaissance palace in Great Britain.
How did all of this get started?
Well, basically in the 13th century, in 1236, the Knights of St. John Hospitaliers of Jerusalem had some land here, which they later leased to a royal favourite of Henry VII. That was Henry VIII's dad. And the royal family started coming here because it was conveniently placed between two palaces nearby. Later, Cardinal Wolsey, who was the legate, Lord Chancellor and Big Cheese, basically at the court of Henry VIII, took over the land and started building an amazing Tudor Renaissance palace here. And he'd entertain ambassadors and have lots of delegations here. And basically, after a bit of time, there was rivalry between Henry VIII and, of course, Cardinal Wolsey.
Because Wolsey had so much power.
Yeah, and he had a lot of enemies. And then the final crunch came when he didn't manage to negotiate a divorce between Catherine of Aragon and Henry VIII.
And Catherine of Aragon, Henry VIII was married to for 20 years.
That's right, for 20 years. And then he secretly married Anne Boleyn, his mistress, eschewed the Church of Rome, and basically was going to try Cardinal Wolsey for treason, but he died on his way back to London at Leicester Abbey. And then Henry VIII took over Hampton Court, invested lots of money in it. Amazing sort of buildings were built, had thousands of courtiers, and was completely sumptuous and magnificent with formal gardens, tennis courts. It had a massive kitchen to cater for everyone, masts and balls, and you name it, the king entertained lavishly and had an amazing place here.
Just a trivia note that I thought was very interesting is that when he was building the Great Hall, he was so anxious for it to get finished that he had workmen working all day and also working by candlelight at night so that they could finish the Great Hall.
Yes, it basically has an amazing hammer beam roof. It's probably one of the most glorious examples of Tudor architecture left in the whole of the country, and it's a great place to come and visit and bask in the past glory that was Hampton Court.
And that really makes it a beautiful collage of architecture when you look at it that way.
Well, basically it's the changing glory of Gothic to Tudor to classical architecture. So it mirrors the development of architecture over a span of about 400 years. Luckily, Queen Victoria in the 19th century opened the palace to the public. So that's why we can enjoy it today.
That's why we're here today. Now, if I'm coming to London for a visit, how long would it take me to get from, say, the center of London, the city, out to Hampton Court? Because it is a distance.
Well, what you could do is you could take the train from Waterloo, and it would probably take you about 50 minutes to get here. And you just come out of the station at Hampton Court, turn right and follow the signs, and after about 10 minutes you're actually here. So it's very easy and convenient to get to.
One of the things that I've noticed today is that it's very interactive between the employees who dress up like Henry VIII, or a guard, a yeoman, or a counselor, or somebody like that, And even as a visitor, you can wear robes, Tudor robes, and they'll talk to you and interact with you and give you history and things.
Yeah,
like
no,
that.
it's very friendly for the tourist, and it also has some amazing shops and exhibitions about Henry VIII's palace. Not only is it a lesson in architecture, it's a lesson in the development of, in the history of fine art itself.
Lots of fun.
Lots of fun. So Annie, what are we doing and where are we?
Well, we just finished at Hampton Court. Had a wonderful day there, going around the palace and the gardens and experiencing all of the things that the monarchy put together over centuries. And now we're on the Southern Belle.
That's right.
Okay, we're on the Southern Belle and we're steaming down the River Thames to Kingston.
Yes, and Kingston used to be the seat of all the Anglo-Saxon kings before William the Conqueror, hence King's Town.
Oh.
And once we're in Kingston, we'll be able to get the train and head on back to London. But this is a really enjoyable ride in really nice weather. Costs less than £5. You can have a single trip from Hampton Court to Kingston for £4.80 and just soak in the atmosphere.
Yeah, and it's beautiful.